expectations?
Give
it to me straight.
I think they had a little too much fun.
Okay.
It's actually one of the downsides of boot camp. You know, if you're stuck, it's one thing to go and train. I think this is an important distinction the top teams utilize. Same reason I really respected Sunby. He made this decision when he was coaching Secret not to stand in for them because he didn't want to jeopardize their relationship. I think using boot camp solely as a method to get better at Dota is great. When it bleeds into the 5th month or so and suddenly it's more of a team vacation, it's tough to have that seriousness when you get into the room together. I think VP are still kind of finding their footing because they've just been together for so long now. I like the opener they went with, Shadow Demon Darkseer. Also a bit of a throwback to the old school GFNG VP, if you remember TI5, TI6 era. I always felt like VP were one of the best teams at utilizing Darkseer because it plays into their style. They want to punish you in the mid game. It synchronizes well with the active carries they like to play, Svens, Jugs, etc., and they just want to run at you.
Kind of double counterpick though, right?
Yes.
Because they'd open with it. Doom, amazing versus Darkseer, as we've seen. You can lane it against him in the mid game too. You just eat him. They have 2 different dispels versus Darkseer already, right? This is actually already a pretty good setup for them. I do, however, like Shadow Demon versus Oracle. I actually think it's one of the few things that people, I don't know if everybody knows about all the interactions, but, you know, Demonic Purge constantly dispels. So, Earn, salves, everything that Oracle puts on a target if he wants to save them, that SD Purge is just peeling them off. You don't actually get the heals.
Either, correct?
Yep.
So I have been seeing 2 different approaches to Darkseer. I'm curious, why would you ever take an Oracle versus an Enchantress? What's the difference between these 2 heroes that would make them preferable in certain scenarios versus a Darkseer specifically when you want to purge?
I think Oracle's just better throughout the game, and she has a hard time utilizing the Dispel later on.
Okay.
But it's stronger in the laning phase, and Oracle also provides... Oracle's more for playing with a core, and just semi-independent, and ultimately you're not really as effective as a defensive support. I think it's more to dominate early game for the most part. And to your point, Fog, when I love Darkseer is my most played hero in Pro Dota. We would first to it as well when we were playing, but into Oracle is always like insane to me. That people are like, again, the hero is great, and the changes to Surge make it way more of a tool in the mid game because you're just like super speed someone, they go in and mess things up, but the laning phase is impossible. Like you actually can't play Dota against Oracle.
Yeah, my big thing is Enchant has a cooldown. Like it has a pretty long cooldown.
Yeah.
Oracle's Q is pretty low cooldown, and it's AoE. So let's say it's your problem. You see Darkseer, they're gonna do a double melee, right?
Yeah.
So Oracle, boom, you can dispel both of the ion shells in a lot of situations. You actually provide more kind of like burst damage. I think you pair really nicely with a lot of these core heroes. I've seen like these PA Oracles or something like that. And it just Troll Oracle, and you're just able to kill and push them off a lot easier because you have that extra burst damage rather than just like an impetus or something flying a lane.
So do you have to go back onto the strategy of playing with the core now that there's a Shadow Demon? Because like you mentioned, that Demonic Purge kind of mitigating the usefulness of the false promise, you can't really guarantee that your carry is going to survive whenever you have to deal with this.
I think you pick something that doesn't rely on the Oracle healing them, like Troll in particular. Troll has his ult, he has Oracle ult, bam, that lifesteal kicks in. It's not going to matter if he's SD ulted, probably. He's just going to be able to like
assuming he will be able to touch someone, because the kiting is also a pain in the ass.
But they have a puck already now too, so they have some ways to do it. Troll was one of the heroes that was banned out. I think it's already one of... I think it's actually just one of the best Oracle pairings because of those.
I think it probably is the best, honestly.
What about Huskar?
Troll's even better. You stay alive for longer.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if Huskar's even a good hero.
That's also true.
I think that hero's just crap now. He just gets killed. He just doesn't do anything. I mean, maybe. I don't know, actually. Maybe there's some Huskar specialists that are like, you're an idiot. But I don't see anyone playing it. Even the Huskar specialists aren't touching it. So, but that's another Ace hero.
Yeah.
You did mention it. Ace, he likes his Huskars. He likes his Broods, Meepos, Arc Wardens, etc. So
it's already a pretty decent Meepo game.
Yeah, it's pretty decent versus those 3 for sure. I haven't seen anyone play it though.
I'm sure that
another thing too.
They're all just playing the Arc Warden instead, it seems.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm glad VP hurt a little bit. Truthfully, like, I would have been a very after I watched 5 men take down what we assumed was a top team yesterday
in Alliance.
Yeah, with just twice Arc Warden. Yeah, it's one of those heroes that just sucks to lose against. It's similar to getting Alchemisted. Just like, well, did we even play Dota? Like, we just, we played pretty well, but then I guess that guy farmed and we lost. That just doesn't feel right. I like the Furion from VP. This is very much in their style, in vogue right now. Play aggressive.
Yep.
And Earth Spirit plus Global or Invis is one of my favorite combos, because by just standing in trees, like if Earth Spirit's off map, any hero on any lane is threatened by 2. And that's because you can just roll in TP. So if somebody's showing in each lane, like Darkseer pushing top, you don't really want to make a move on him because there could just be 3 heroes there all of a sudden and you die instead.
Little worried though, because you know it's a core now, right? And I feel like there's heroes that just destroy if you're in, like Bat Rider, still in the pool. Like it just you almost can't play.
You
in a lot
pick
of situations.
Bat here for sure.
I think Bat just looks completely broken here. I think that hero has just shown over and over again that just wins games. Oh, you're versus Venge? Who cares? Oh, you're versus this? Doesn't matter. This hero just makes so much space. Don't know if they'll force it here.
Yeah, because they already have Chessie. This is the one downside of 5 men, is that they don't have nearly as much versatility as some of the teams on top. If you see a puck, you pretty much guarantee Chessie's going to play it because his hero pool just isn't that large. You know now this is going to be an ace void. The Doom is still versatile because that's like the one player, I think, in that misery will pretty much play anything. He's been a Dota player. I mean, the man had hair when he started his career, right? Now he lives on a farm. So he's been around forever. He has played all 5 roles
He really
at
is.
tier 1 level.
Yeah. True.
He played mid at, I think, TI 1 or 2. He's played off lane, but won a major as an off laner. Now he's a 4. He used to be a 5.
Shit, did he end up playing mid for T? I think he did end up playing
Yeah.
mid at TI.
He played for,
I played versus
CLG.
him. Yeah, he was playing with CLG. I was gonna stand in for them actually at CLG. I remember that because I think Pycat was the one who might not be able to show up. But yeah, he was playing mid. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So the point is, he could play anything. So this Doom is still open. But
Flex, yeah.
It's Chessie mid on the puck. It's Ace on the Void. A little concerned, to be honest, because we saw it yesterday. Void can get real punished if people abuse the chrono cooldown. The carry is one of the best in the meta right now, but just play around the chrono.
And they picked it into Shadow Demon.
Yeah.
There's a natural save versus that chrono in a
Yeah.
lot of situations. So that's the one thing that I'm a little worried about. And you're playing versus Earth Spirit. I actually think Earth Spirit, you have a built-in silence that gets stronger and stronger as the game progresses. So it can be tough for the Void. I definitely agree with that.
I remember once upon a time, the 4-position puck was very popular in complexity, but that has seemed to have fallen off the map entirely. Is there any chance that this could be a 4-position puck and maybe send the Doom mid?
It's always possible, but I think it's unlikely. I haven't seen a Doom mid since that became like I started believing in it. I'm like, oh, people might do this, and then just stop.
Just stopped, yeah.
How about against a Furion? Because we're pretty confident that this is going to be a mid.
No,
niche
I think it could definitely. I know no one loves to play it, but it could definitely still be a 1 position.
Yeah,
here.
I agree.
Okay.
I'd like to see them do what Secret did yesterday, where you give the Furion solo XP for maybe a couple of levels, and you just start with an aggro tri-lane. Because if the Shadow Demon starts top with this ES Darkseer, that one kill, or even just safeguarding the 1-minute creep pull to a camp, gives this lane a huge edge, and then the SD can move back to bottom. It's a level 3 Furion now, and you'll add more punch to that bottom lane. You're not going to apply much pressure, no matter if it's a Doom or Orc. Like, whatever the support is bottom, you're not really going to threaten a Furion.
And you're saying the level advantage is important because you get more treants.
More chance
Nature's Call.
and faster level 6.
I think they're gonna I think this is a Phoenix, right?
Phoenix was banned first 2.
Oh, I'm so super blind. I'm sorry. I was just like, what?
I can fix
I mean,
these
it's my
glasses for
glasses.
you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not really working so great today. I was just like, wait, what the hell? Why the hell is it not just picking Phoenix? I was like, there's no even an egg hitter. Is there anything?
There's still potential for the Bat Rider that you guys had mentioned earlier, but
Then they'd have to swap. I mean, they could. I think they could still do it. They could move these things around. Yeah, I think the Bat is definitely one of the better picks there.
Tsunami's program is 5 seconds ahead of ours.
Is it?
No.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
No, I mean, it was still there. I'm surprised it actually was not taken out. And versus, we said the reasons why beforehand, right? Why they might pick it in the 4th pick.
VP, I think, just didn't do their research right, because they should know this is a Chessie puck. They banned out 2 mid heroes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really weird. That's just a total waste of your last 2 bans. And Bat, to your point, is the hardest hero for them to deal with. Now you need an answer to this Void and the Bat, and that's tough to do in 1 pick. But really dislike the bans from VP. They should know, if you look back at 5 men's matches, it's Chessie playing puck.
If you're I mean, we're assuming if you're forcing this Nature's Prophet to be a mid or a carry, you're just countered. Like, I don't know, Bat. They can just put Bat mid. I think, in my opinion, put Puck as on Misery, have the Doom on Jibe, and then run your Oracle Void.
Whoever plays
You're in a great
Bat,
spot.
they've got a free game. They can win the game for 5 men. It needs to be a core, and I'd say should have the highest farm priority possible, because like they legit cannot do anything to Bat. You could purge him, I suppose, as if on a bad blink in, but I expect him to just take over this game hardcore. You have so many cancels now. Like, Bat Lasso's a kill. You got Doom for a kill. Coil and Chrono always is an option as well. And VP are just full on tempo. If they have a subpar laning phase and they can't get momentum going, they're in big trouble. However, massive amounts of tower pressure, really strong mid game. 5 men effectively just hit creeps and kill you, and hope to eventually have such a big advantage they can go to Roche and take towers.
Yep.
Odds are favoring the VP lineup right now, but yeah, so you like the Darkseer. Where does this Batrider need to go? Does it matter at all? Is it more that he just wants to have his own laning phase rather than shutting down an enemy laning phase? Because sometimes Batrider can be played either way.
I think just put him mid. You just enable him the most. He gets the levels. He's able to make rotations early on, super easy. And you're versus Nature's Prophet. You can get free kills super often with pretty much any situation where the Nature's Prophet messes up. I do like Darkseer Lycan though a lot. I think this combo is something
really good.
It's tried and tested 6 years ago, 7 years ago, right? People were just like, oh, Iron Shell Wolves. They run through, they're invisible.
It's vintage, you know, like an old wine. This has always been good, and VP traditionally have always played it well. I just fear for them, and I think this will be our first test of just... Because, look, if this is Nigma playing with this draft, I'm like, this game's over. Like, Miracle Void, Weehabat, like, just GG out now. But I'm not sure if 5 men will have mastered it, and it is on them to make plays to win the game. VP, you get a couple of kills, like, towers just kind of fall. It's much simpler to execute the draft, but I think 5 men certainly should have the edge.
Yeah. I do think that, like you said, though, I think VP... if a couple of mistakes early game, and you might just be on a weird spot on the side of 5 men if you make mistakes, and you're just like, well, we're stuck on our side of the map because we just lost our 3 tier 1s versus like in Nature's Prophet. So early game is going to be the big thing I'm looking at least here, where they put the bat, how they play the lanes, how the Doom plays. Because I think Jibe also, if he is playing the Doom, he owned yesterday on it. He's super aggressive. So yeah,
you just run at them. Just I want to see bat against Lycan if they can get it. That'd be a big edge for them. Kill him a couple times. I guess Doom would do fine too. It's just... It'll just be hopefully a cool game of Dota. We had a lot of stomps yesterday. I want to see something back and forth.
Give me something a little bit close. Let's see how much flexibility 5 men can show as we jump into game 1 and send it over to the casters.
Thank you very much, Tsunami. Yeah, so let's find out. I mean, Lacoste, what do you reckon? Can VP run them over with this fast-paced Lycan Nature's Prophet lineup? Or is the Bat and the Void going to get to show their strengths as the panel sort of touched upon?
I want to see where this Batrider is going to lane. I know that he's extremely good against the Lycan. There's a lot of counter picks in this game, and Virtus.pro, they have an extremely fast lineup. They don't rely that much on cooldown, so they can, Shapeshift is the longest one, so they can just keep fighting all the time. One thing I'm worried about the 5-man lineup is they don't have that much outpush. They don't have heroes that kill the creeps quickly. You have Puck. That's pretty much it. Batrider can deal with one lane, but one lane's going to be constantly pushed in. You're dealing against the Darkseer who can just Iron Shell the creeps. He can Iron Shell the Wolves. You have Wolves plus Necros, and most importantly, Nature's Prophet. So, yeah, I don't think the lane equilibrium is going to be on the side of 5 men.
No, yeah, the pressure's definitely going to be onto them. And overall, because of the draft of VP, they definitely on a timer this game? Like, if this goes past a certain point, is it going to be very hard for VP to play their game?
It will. I think this lineup just goes down after like 35-40 minute mark, especially if they're not snowballing, getting the Roshans, getting Cheese and Aegis. So we will have no one on Nature's Prophet on the mid lane, something that I don't remember seeing. And right now, 5 men just try laning against Lycan. I don't think he gets much out of this lane. And you can see his item build. He was preparing to play against the Batrider, just getting that magic stick and 3 branches.
Yeah, he was indeed. You say the Bat not going to be here, but the tri lane will be. So pressure on to W, top lane. See how much Zibe is able to find on his own. I mean, as the Doom, do you think he's still going to find something to show you against 2 heroes, or is this a tough lane for Zibe?
All you need is experience and not to die. Like, you're going to get farm eventually. As level progresses, put more points in that Devour, get extra gold. Solo is one of the few players who actually play Shadow Demon as position 5, and I saw him not getting Shadow Poison at all, just getting for that disruption and the Soul Catcher. They also played one game where he had, I think it was TB, so a lot of illusions. Now he's just gonna devour that camp, so they have a pool. Ziba's playing well the top lane. I mean, he has 5 CS and almost 2 full creep waves dragging to the tower.
Yeah, he's going to have some easy levels to start this game, it seems, as the Doom. Down bottom, root out into LTW again, just continuing to harass this Lycan as much as they can, the 3 of them. Ace grabbing the wave as well, so they just can keep pressuring this Lycan underneath his tower. once those levels get there, especially when there's the level 3 on Pi, it's going to be a lot of nuke damage to throw out at ILTW.
Oh, we saw that one. It's a lot of pressure on ILTW.
Yeah.
He's running low. He's running low on regen. I mean, Lycan has insanely high regen coming out from Feral Impulse, but still, if they keep pressuring like this, you're gonna have to be very worried. Also, I don't see if they... Yeah, that side camp is not blocked, so 5 men push the lane, pull it to the side camp.
See Zayt's gonna try and get the catch onto Pi. Doesn't connect with the stun, only able to find the slow. So Pi will be able to step away. Solo will be able to disrupt the attempt from Misery to jump over to his orb. They're trying to get the body blocks there with the Lycan walls, but won't be the case. Misery's able to keep himself away.
Darkseer used Iron Shell while Earth Spirit was TPing, try to get some extra damage, and usually you would expect Oracle to be paired up against the Darkseer, so I think 5 men just surprise them with the lanes.
I mean, look at this mid, though. I mean, no one is destroying Chessie so far. 15, 16, and 11 against the 12 for free. He's getting a lot of denies here. I guess quite a few of them are probably the Treants, but definitely no one coming out on top. I mean, is that expected in the 1v1 for the Nature's Prophet to have the easier time early on?
I think Batrider should have quite a few more CS than this. If the 2 players of equal skill are matched up against each other.
Yeah, for now, no one with definitely with the advantage mid. But we have seen that be the case. I mean, especially in like yesterday's series as well with 5 men. Chessie did usually have a rough time in the lane, usually fell behind, but it didn't matter. He was able to make up for it in many other aspects of the game compared to just the mechanical laning. But
Chessie lost his lane to his brother, but then managed to make a comeback. So it's not all about the laning stage, you know, it's about who you're playing with, who's empowering you. Also, this tri lane on the bottom for Virtus.pro could easily just become a quad lane with Nature's Prophet TPing. And I think they want to make a move once he gets level 6. Chessie, Invis, level 6. Oh, he's not level 6 yet. Never mind.
Yeah, not quite. For them, just about a wave away from it.
I was just being too hyped for it, you know. Kill the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, so far, 5 minutes in, nobody to go down. He is going to try and go on to no one. No one going for the TP out. Only just gets away, though. Smart read there from Chessie. Does nearly find an opportunity to kill him.
It was close. If no one didn't TP straight away, he dies there. And Batrider is one of the better heroes against Nature's Prophet in general. Like, you're flying over him, flying over the trees, not allowing him to TP, saving that lasso. How's Rezo doing? 32 CS. Not too bad, huh?
Oh, Anna Courier. At the same time as down bottom, VP will be able to find both supports, Pi and Misery. Take it out, and now Solo, RTW, they'll... I mean, you see Solo trying to block Ace off, but Ace able to get his way round, so Ace will be fine, but Courier and 2 kills down on the bottom. VP off to the better start here, which is, as we say, with their draft, it's very important that they do get ahead early. This is a lineup that's designed to snowball and build up to a point where they're going to be able to 5 men down lanes, whilst 5 men can't defend them.
Oh, he was about to hit him. Okay, Misery. Actually, Pylite die from the downtown, getting the last hit. The problem is, every single time Nature's Prophet has that ulti, like the last bounces deal more than 700 damage, and I think it just connected on the bottom lane and they got the 2 kills.
Yeah, they've got to watch out for those moves from no one each time that ult's up. DD as well, 20 seconds until he's got the Wrath ready to bounce around as well.
And it's much easier for Virtus.pro to execute against, you know, Earth Spirit just rolling in, you have people being surged in, TP from Nature's Prophet. And we can see already 5 men just trying to adjust their lanes.
Now seeing Zayt coming up here top to join forces with Resolution. Zibe's out of the lane though, sticking away from this dangerous area. As the pressure continues to be applied, Resolution's going to be able to hit these early timings on the auras. With the free farm that has been getting top. And no one cleaning up those stacks, just continuing to stay quite ahead of anyone else in the game here. 53 CS at this pre-7 minute mark. This is an incredibly farm Nature's Prophet mid.
So they have Lasso, which they're not using. They have Doom, which is online for a minute already. They're heroes are very good at killing, and when you have hero like Doom, you need to have a good chasing potential, and these are one of the best heroes. Batrider, you have multiple time walks being used, plus a Puck coil just holding him in place. I think Puck in the mid game just destroys Lycan and Darkseer, where you can't move.
Yeah, that whole sort of surge mechanics just put to an end. As long as Misery finds those dream coils, as you say, yeah. Lots of ways to ensure that 5-man can control these team fights. Particularly when Ace has got his 6, and just about to do so, getting that Mask of Man his first day, so that he has some punching power in the fights early on.
I'll be right back, Owen. Just grabbing my stick to poke them, do something. 3 kills, 8 minutes in.
And our first game of the day here in the Immortal League. Team's still taking it easy, taking the time to wake up. See, oh,
Gavin, please.
A couple of tasty little bashes there on Solo. Ace showing us that RNG is to be on his side this game. He's prepared with the bashes.
Would you rather use those bashes early on or just save them for later? Like right now, you're showing
sure,
dominance. Solo's not getting close next time. But what if he uses all of those early on and has none left for this mid and late game?
I mean, that could be a problem. We'll see if that's going to be the case. We'll look out for Ace lacking the bashes later on. Zayats is going to get taken out here. Chessie actually committing the lasso to lock him down. Pylai is going to die for this attempt. Chessie going out with the TP, but they've got the ward. Solo pops it down. Make sure that they've got the vision to disrupt that TP attempt out. And VP, they'll take the 2 of them. So not the sort of the best first moves from 5-man Chessie there with that lasso. Drops it. It's just for a support. Costs him his life as well as a support as well.
Yeah, that was not a very good move. Virtus.pro heroes are very good at just counterplaying and being there fast. Like Shadow Demon, solo position 5, is going to be level 6 before 6-minute mark without making any stacks or having Shadow Poison. Now Faceless Void, just a casual gloves and the Mask of Madness with the Chronosphere up. This was the first lasso. I mean, Doom did have his ulti for quite some time, but we don't see him using it.
Yeah, not found an opportunity to get involved yet, Zibek. As VP back on with getting this top wave pushed right into the tower with the Iron Shell. Surge onto Zayats. Having a bit of a poke. Zibe now looking to run in. Doesn't want to drop the Doom down quite yet. Still aware that committing with the Doom is there's going to be counterplays. And well, here's one of them. ILTW actually popping the ult. They're ready to charge in and try and chase this down. The slow onto Pi and Zibe. They can't quite reach them there. So a little bit of a premature pop of the ult there from ILTW. Down bottom, Ace using the Chrono
has no boots
to try and kill Solo, and you're right, he doesn't. But he does have Chessie. Chessie's going to come in, and there's the bashes. They will get the kill, but did have to use the Chrono there for that kill on the position 5.
Chessie equals boots. Yeah, I guess he used all of those bashes in the laning stage and got none during the Chronosphere because that's just a Shadow Demon with the brown boots. He should be able to get a kill on him. Right now, top 2 heroes from Virtus.pro on network chart. Darkseer's extremely farmed. Just going for those early items, getting that mech.
We'll see. Doom is going to be dropped down onto Zayats, but backups here. No one TP's in. Has the control on Pylai with the Sprout. Zayats continuing to retreat. Zibe trying to get the last few hits in and push him over the edge. There's going to be a buyback from Pylai. Zibe trying to finish off this Earth Spirit kill, but the Surge is there. Is he going to live? He is. The Earth Spirit, Zayats will survive. Rezo able to get him out with the Surge. His Misery's come across, but he can't quite get a catch on any of them. They're already too far back. So
it's very important for 5-man to get a kill on a core here. They managed to kill Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet is an easy, like, snowballing hero, but if you just put yourself in a bad spot, alright, silence.
To get the coil down onto RTW, bringing Ziba and Chessie across there on top of the Lycan. RTW pops the stick charges. There's the Surge save again. Resolution TPing in to offer that backup, keeping the Lycan safe. Now turn and try and run down Chessie, but they have got the Necro book out in it as well. They've picked off Misery on the side as no one comes back into the game, but the TP is able to find him on the retreat. No one trying to head over, see if they can get any Sprout control onto these. Rezo surges forward, the Sprout out onto Zibe. Zibe chops his way out of it. Still the Lycan walls and the Iron Shells burning Zibe down. The save will have to come out from Pilot Eye with the false promise and get Zibe out of there. But they're still chasing. Another surge from Resolution onto no one. Sprout onto the Oracle, but Pi bites his way out. Treant's back out in play. Zibe trying to turn with the Scorched Earth and the Zap. It's not enough to threaten no one, as it's just going to have to be a case of 5 men keeping their distance.
It feels like there's a lot of action happening, but we're getting no kills because there's a lot of saves on both of these teams. You have Oracle, you have Shadow Demon against the Chronos here, so that's going to be the target for 5 men to actually get. Also, Pilot Die, he bought back like 2 minutes ago. Next time he dies, he's going to be out of the game for a minute.
Oh, mid. No one versus Misery. Misery, he's going to have to drop the coil here. Dies to the Nature's Wrath. Time is bought for Chesney to TP in with the lasso. They'll bring him back and take him out. Misery will certainly be happy with that trade. As you can see, they're dropping the tips on no one.
They have 2 nice abilities to break the coil, either a Flame Break or a Drag with the lasso. It feels like we're not using these ultis. You have Lycan, you know, just farming. Earth Spirit didn't use ulti yet, 13 minutes in.
Yeah, I guess VP is still just a little apprehensive about grouping up and pushing. They're just worried about running into a chrono. But then at the same time, if that's the concern for VP's lineup at this stage, you know, when does it actually get better? When are they not going to be scared about trying to push into these big team fight ults of 5 men? Bottom. Catch there onto Ace. They have got the silence done now. And into the follow-up silence of Zayas. They'll be able to find a quick and easy kill. So 5 men have got to be very prepared now for no one coming out like this. The Orchid revealed. This Prophet, the sort of the single strongest hero right now in terms of setup and catch. As Ace has almost certainly just got to stick away from the lanes and keep to the shadows of the jungle unless he has Pilot Die sat behind him with the save.
Virtus.pro is ready to go. They have Orchid, they have Book 3 on Lycan, so there's going to be a lot of vision removed. Items are going to start piling up if they just keep fighting. You want to have that BKB on Nature's Prophet. Oh, this is a big kill.
Yeah, big moves from no one now.
50 seconds without him. It's not cheating, he just bought back in the previous fight.
Yeah, right, it does seem still very long here, just 14 minutes in. It's mid lane, Chessie going to charge in on this, but Zayas, Resolution and ILTW ready to fight. They'll pop the ult, jump in from Misery with the Dream Coil to try and stop them from getting on top of Chessie, but they'll still be able to find him. They kill him off before he's out, and no one's there with the catch onto Misery, finding him after he jaunts away to the orb. ILTW continue to run in, chases down Zibe. This is what VP want to do, just running over 5 men here at 14 minutes in, and we're really starting to get a taste of what this lineup, this draft is capable of at this early point of the game.
They're very aggressive. Another good silence.
Got the wall down, back into the control of Zayat, and they're playing perfectly fast now, VP. This is exactly what they set out to do with this draft.
Yeah, when I said they're ready to fight, this is what I meant, you know. It's go time. You have Orchid, you have Necrobook 3. It's time to get some towers. They already lost 2 towers. Solo's just gonna die. Nothing to see here. Been there, done that a couple of times. Also, Faceless Void, he has Mask of Madness and
Battle
for
Fury.
Battle Fury as the next item. I guess he just wants to, you know, deal with the summons.
Yeah.
But it's very punishable. Like, it takes
you're just gonna get
but they have 2 silences. How are you gonna defend yourself? I guess he's just relying on Spylight Die to take care of it.
Yeah, there must be.
Also, I would love to see a different creep on Doom. He's keeping that...
You're not a fan of the Zap?
Not a fan of the Zap. I would love to see Purge creep against the Darkseer.
Talking about the Doom in trouble, Pilot Eye's going to come in with the save. Ace is going to drop down the Chrono, only catches Zayat in it, and Solo's able to come in with a defensive disruption. So Zayat, he's not even going to die in this Chrono. As now 5 men have got to get out, and now Chronosphere's on cooldown. Nothing to be found with it.
You have full 2 minutes to play around the Chronosphere timing right now. I think it's time to get to Roche, and I believe Lycan's already in the Roche pit.
And this, I mean, it feels like that hurts real big. You know, you're playing against this lineup that's really starting to amp up and overrun you. Those big ults like the Lassos, the Dooms, and the Chronos, they've got to be used perfectly. Like, that's your only mechanism of actually slowing VP down right now.
Yeah, you need to use those efficiently. one of the reasons why I was so surprised that they picked Batrider and Faceless Void into Shadow Demon. Usually it's the other way around. During the panels that I was on, I kept talking about having a save ability against the Chronosphere, against the Magnus. I think it's very important, and we're going to see better teams keep doing that.
I need to poke a bit onto Zibe, but Pyladai is here by the side of him. Solo's going to commit with the Demonic Purge. No one, and Resolution coming charging in. Zibe is trapped in the Sprout. VP, they are
He gave up. I mean, he had Quelling Blade ready, did not want to use it. He understood that he's dead. You know, that also says something about the state of the team that they're in right now.
Yeah, this is, you know, can they really keep up and hold back VP right now? Ace, as you say, still trying to get that Battle Fury done. But yeah, it's going to be such a risky game for him to play. Already struggling with finding kills with the Chrono, and as we point out, it's only Pi that can save him. If he's ever caught out silenced, he's just going to die, Battle Fury or not. That's not going to keep him alive.
And you know what? LTW, he goes for a second Orchid. They want to be able
he's probably seen the Battle Fury on Void. He's like, all right, I'll just get another silence. What's he going to do?
At this point, I think it's better to just completely bail that item build. You need to take care of yourself. If you wanted to get an farming item, like try to get it straight away. Be more greedy, but you can't get Battle Fury after Mask of Madness into 3 silences now. I mean, you can, but this is what's going to happen.
Pi will be able to get there in time with the False Promise. The wall and the vacuum down onto the two of them. Zibe leads him, drops the Doom down onto Resolution. Pi gets punched out of the game by no one. Resolution still very tanky as Zibe and Misery, they're trying to finish him off. Solo being able to buy some safety for Rezo with the disruption. He continues to retreat. Zibe cannot finish off this kill as no one. He's just cleaning up. It's a triple kill for the Prophet. Zibe's trying to hide in the trees. He's able to blink up and get his way out of there. No one's trying to chase, but Zibe, too speedy, will manage to escape far enough away. But still, it's a triple kill for no one. They're pushing on the bottom. No one now with a full BKB as well. It just really seems that 5 men, they cannot deal with the speed that VP's playing at.
They cannot. They really cannot. And Doom, he goes for the target that he needs to go for. Like, he needs to Doom that Darkseer, otherwise someone's going to get surged out of the fight. And there's a ton of regen on him, so he's also not the perfect target. You know, he does not have that one hero that he can solo kill. Yeah, no one's just popping off.
Yeah, this Prophet's out of control. We're seeing 12k net worth on Prophet. The closest on 5 men right now, it's Ace at 7k, almost 5k behind in terms of each team's top core at 19 minutes in. That's a massive difference.
Virtus.pro playing at turbo mode speed, while 5 men playing at the 1 speed, the normal one.
Things... I mean, what can they do? It's going to have to be some perfect 5-man chrono, but I mean, even at this point of the game, right, you get 5 of them in the chrono, you're not really going to kill anyone, right?
No.
They don't have any sort of huge AoE damage burst follow-up.
They have the guy who controls the time. You know, he should be able to speed things up or slow them down.
Time, and this doesn't seem to be controlled suitably by 5 men this game. Ace. And that's one thing he can do. TP is going to get him pretty safe most of the time when no one comes a hunting.
He's still going for it.
He's going for it. He's a dreamer. I like it. You know, that this is a man after my own heart. I mean, that not always a great thing to do in a pro game, you know, going for the Battle Fury, but I love it. He sees the summons. I mean, if he can get Battle Fury, then Aghanims, then BKB, then probably a damage item, then he's going to be all right. It's a lot of items, though. It's a lot of He's going to need a lot of time for that Ace. But he's a dreamer, and I like it.
Yeah, just have a bro agreement where Virtus.pro is not allowed to attack him for the next 30 minutes.
Just, you know, if they let him have another 20 minutes, he may be all right.
Yeah, VP doesn't seem to care too much about that agreement, huh?
Oh, here we go. Push up to the high ground. Yeah, just 21 minutes in here. VP pounding into the high ground of 5 men. And what can 5 men do? They're trying their best to clean out the push with the orb. There's the Battle Fury complete.
Okay.
So now they've just got to keep this game going. Get Ace hitting the creeps. Get sort of those next 2 items on top of it. And he'll be all right. Until that point, though, he is going to continue to suffer. Anytime he comes out in the lane, it's an easy kill. For no one in Zayas, So we've seen already just multiple silences here from VP that the Void alone has no counterplay against.
No one's even holding onto Clumsy Net. It's one of the best items you can get against these mobile heroes.
Mid lane, Misery will find a 3-man Dream Coil, but that's it. That's all, folks. As Misery's gone, Pi gets rolled into. This one, it's starting to look a little messy, Lacoste.
Yeah, you know what I say, Owen? When it's time to call it, it's time to call it. Start thinking about what can happen in game number 2, because this one is pretty over.
Yeah, it's... I mean, VP, the execution with this draft has been perfect. That's exactly what they wanted to do. Let's see what they can find here with these buybacks. 5 men, they're going to come in with the lasso onto ILTW, but he already got the ult off. He continues to run Ace. Will find the Chrono onto the 2 of them. The disruption, keeping Resolution safe as Ace turns over towards sides, but he's just doing no damage. And Ace, he's dead. He's gone for 45. They're tipping this man. They're tipping him hard. As this Void gets tipped out of the game, GG is called. As VP, I mean, this is the fire you expect from the CIS side. 22 minutes in, and for pretty much 20 of those minutes, it really did start to seem like 5 men.
Yeah.
They just